And I want to move now to Lebanon. Maybe number 10 here tomorrow. I believe it is, yes. This is a Cornet. This is a Cornet strike on I wanted to throw this one in. This is a Cornet strike on Israeli surveillance position that they had put up. Israel has been afraid to fix the surveillance positions that Hezbollah has hit along the border, and so they put these makeshift surveillance towers up from the towers that had been previously knocked down by Hezbollah. And this is another one of their Cornet strikes, hundreds of them throughout the war, that destroyed that surveillance position in pretty spectacular fashion. I just wanted to throw that in. They show that from a bunch of different angles. But if we could just go to number 11 here tomorrow. This is drone footage. This is a qualitative upgrade in the battle in the north. Hezbollah has downed Hermes drones. This is a Hermes 900. This is the flagship 𝐓𝐡𝐞 drone of the Israelis. This is the killer drone that wreaks havoc and rains death in Gaza, and increasingly in the West Bank. We're seeing them used as well. These are killer machines that Israel has had air superiority with throughout its drone history. But we're watching here footage from Hezbollah showing them tracking this Hermes 900 drone, and showing footage of it being hit there. For people listening, we're watching thermal camera imaging of the drone exploding in the air after being hit by a missile, and we can see the drone here. We're watching it fall out of the sky, and we'll watch this fall out of the sky for quite a long time, which again indicates that this is one of their high altitude drones that they believed were unreachable. That the Hezbollah, we've been waiting to see what air defense systems Hezbollah has. They haven't revealed them in totality. And in this video, we saw just before that drone was hit, we saw Hezbollah edit out the part where it would indicate what missile was able to down this Hermes drone. And I just want to give you some of the details about that. Nasrallah talked just the other day in his speech about this. He talked about downing this drone, and he kind of made a joke about saying about that that they edited out the missile because they want the Israelis and Americans to guess which missile capability it was. And the suspicion, the supposition is that this is an Iranian 358, which is a loitering. It's part loitering drone, part cruise missile, part anti-aircraft system that was interestingly first discovered by the United States Navy during the naval blockade of Yemen in the Gulf of Aden in 2019. A ship was interdicted. U.S. Navy forces went on board and found the missile parts for this weapon that they call the Iranian 358. They saw the parts of the weapon that they believed were some kind of a cruise missile. The missile wasn't assembled, so they were looking at the parts, and they're talking about the U.S. Navy called it a unique system that behaves like a cruise missile. The head of the United States Central Command called it a uniquely Iranian designed jet-powered missile that is effective and unique. And the Israeli, the ex-director of the Israeli Missile Defense Organization, responsible for Israel's missile defense array, called it an effective, unique, and a uniquely effective weapon that is a threat to Israel's air superiority. He wrote that back in 2019 when they started to be worried about this system, which is similar to the story that I told you guys about the Spike missile system that was captured in the 2006 war with Hezbollah, and the Israelis for many years were waiting and talking about how the Iranians were going to reverse engineer that missile and it was going to be seen in combat. And that's the missile that we saw, the anti-tank guided missile, the ALMAS, that I did a couple segments on over the last few months. Because they revealed that weapon. So Hezbollah in this case hasn't revealed what weapon is being used. But as we've also reported, this is not the first flagship drone to be downed. Ansar Allah has been able to down at least 2 MQ-9 Reaper drones of the United States, and they believe the U.S. believes it was with this missile system as well. So we're seeing the ability for Hezbollah to defend against Israeli drones. We've been kind of watching this for a few months because the Israelis don't talk about it, but the Israeli analysts have been trying to figure out if the Israeli air defense systems are bringing down these Iranian 358 missiles. The Iranians call it a soccer now that it's been acknowledged to exist. But in 2019, when it was found, they hadn't admitted that the weapon existed. So the Americans found the weapon that we're seeing down this drone, presumably seeing down this drone. The Americans found it in parts, which also indicates something about the Iranian weapons industry, that they don't give the entire weapons systems in a lot of cases, that they're giving the technology to put the pieces together. And some of the pieces of these missiles, when the Americans were debriefing on it, some of them were commercial parts that they were trying to figure out how these parts fit together to make what they believed was a cruise missile, but is actually a mix between a cruise missile and a loitering drone that provides effective air defense against Israeli drones, something that for the last 15 years, 20 years, the Israelis have had total monopoly on air power. And these drones are murderous drones that have killed hundreds and hundreds of people and are now being downed on camera. And Hezbollah told us that they showed us that video of the Hermes 900 being downed, whereas they didn't show us 2 weeks ago or a few weeks ago when a Hermes 4500, part of the series of Elbit drones, was downed. Hezbollah didn't release a video showing the downing, and Nasrallah said in his speech the other day the reason they didn't do that was because it was day and there was many people's cell phone cameras showed the downing of the drone, so they didn't need to release the video. So just to tie that all together, Nasrallah is indicating that these videos are used in particular situations. 𝐤𝐿 indicated that the videos are used in particular situations. The videos aren't all that there is of, they're not showing every operation. The videos just show a partial look at what is happening, and they're used strategically, which videos are released and which ones are not. And this show showed both of both the units in Hezbollah and 𝐤𝐿, the way that they've used these videos throughout the war to tell us what's happening on the war. So that is the resistance front for today. Those videos were...
Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit like, leave a comment. These engagements help us with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps us to get around Silicon Valley censorship as much as possible. It does make a difference. You can also support our journalism by going to electronicintifada.net and clicking on donate now. Thank you.